Hey everybody, thank you for joining. I know a lot of people are nervous out there with what has happened over the last 12 hours. It's been kind of interesting with a lot of the stuff on Twitter and with the FUD and the news and everything else. This is what I would categorize as a gray swan event. Now what that means is it's an inkling of something that happened, and if it truly did happen, it would be very, very serious, but the likelihood of it happening is actually very, very low. So that's a gray swan event. Let's look at this beautiful animal so you can all remember, because it's very important to understand exactly what's going down right now. And this is all about what they call the Bitcoin double spend problem. So we're going to, as usual, go through a couple of slides. Again, I approach everything from a mathematic perspective, and I like to analyze data and get to the truth. And that's what a lot of today is going to be about. So first of all, what exactly went down? So why did Bitcoin fall 11% so quickly? So Bitmex, an exchange, and Bitmex research identified a suspected double spend transaction valued at 62,000 Satoshis, which is $21. And it doesn't appear to be an instance of a popular replaced by fee wallet hack. So they actually caused the alarm, raised the bell saying, hey, everybody, this could be a double spend problem. And one of the things that makes the Satoshi Nakamoto white paper so amazing is not only the encryption, but also the self-regulation against the double spend problem actually happening, which is one of the unique facets and the true power of Bitcoin. So let's talk a little bit more about exactly what went down. As you all know, people love to be very negative towards Bitcoin. It's funny, even some of the Bitcoin rags were very against it. But if you look at the images and everything else, Bitcoin falls 11% after it's just critical cryptocurrency had a critical double spend problem. Double spend problem spotted in the wild. I think that was from Cointelegraph. You got barons and everybody else jumping in. Bitcoin has newbies scrambling to Google double spend and unpacking the Bitcoin's recent double spend event. So when you really unpack all of this, it is very alarmist in terms of what happened out there with the media. But did a double spend problem actually occur? Let's go and check that out. So first of all, beware. Haters were always dying to jump in and torch Bitcoin, and they will always do that. But don't let that sway you from your end game, okay? So always think big picture. If in doubt, zoom out, look at exactly what's going on. There is a very big coordinated FUD program in play, and just don't get sucked in by all of that stuff that's actually happening. The other thing that I want people to do, and it's very, very important when investing in a big part of my philosophy, is always remove emotion from the equation. Don't let things stress you out. So just breathe. Think about exactly what's going on and relax. As soon as you start to panic, that's when you make mistakes, you make irrational decisions, and that's when you lose money. So think of yourself, if you are investing, think like a machine. Think ones and zeros. Don't use any emotions in any decision making whatsoever. So where does the truth lie? So did a double spend problem happen? Did it not happen? Or did something like it happen? We're going to examine that right now and jump straight in. Which door? Where's the secret? So for those that don't know, the double spend problem is, imagine I am sending one member of my audience a Bitcoin. What's stopping me from sending that same Bitcoin simultaneously to two people at the same time so they both receive a Bitcoin? So again, the magic of the white paper from Satoshi is it eliminates this problem, and it has a self-correcting mechanism that makes sure it never actually happens out there. And that's exactly what all the miners do. What makes Bitcoin great? Let's dig in here for a second, because this is very, very important to understand. You can never spend the same Bitcoin twice. Satoshi solved this problem, and the blockchain, which talk about, prevents double spending by timestamping all the groups of transactions and broadcasting them to all the nodes simultaneously. That's why this uses a lot of energy, because everybody needs to know exactly what's happening across the network simultaneously. Everything is timestamped, and it's mathematically related to the previous ones, and they are irreversible and impossible to tamper with, which is very, very important to know. There is a couple of things we need to jump into right now and understand exactly what really happened. So Bitmex delayed sending confirmation to the mempool, which is a place where everything is shared, and this caused a chain split. So basically, simultaneously, two miners confirmed the same transaction at the same time. Now, the good thing, the way Bitcoin is designed, is the next block fixes the issue and determines which miner actually won the actual block and got the credit for it. So it is a self-regulating mechanism. The other thing that's important to note is slow transactions, the potential for dump spending of coins happens quite a lot. This is not a unique event. And this is why transactions are confirmed via multiple blocks. And it's a feature of Bitcoin rather than a bug. And that's one of the reasons why people say sometimes Bitcoin is a bit slow. But the reason it's slow is because it does this authentication. And this is all designed to self-correct, as I mentioned before. And also, the reason I've got an image there for 6 blocks, 6 blocks is considered very, very secure. So let's take a second to put everything into perspective real quick. So on January 11th, Bitcoin was lower than it is right now. And the other reality, and this is important for everybody to digest, if Bitcoin really had a double spend problem, the price would probably go to zero very quickly. So that's why we always recommend don't put any more than 1 to 5% of your net worth into this asset class. Don't invest anything more than you can afford to lose, and that's pretty important. Think of this as a very risky asset with very big returns, but at the same time, within everything in investing, there's always risk. So again, always remember that. I've hammered that home from the beginning of time, so just bear that in mind. But also, as I say as well, if in doubt, zoom out. Look at this little chart here. That dip in the middle of the chart was January 11th, which is only 10 days ago, and people are already freaking out. So it has moved a lot. It will be a volatile ride, but think big picture. It's important not to focus on the FUD that's out there in the media and everything else with all the haters. And I'm sure there's people like Peter Schiff that are very excited today. He's like, yes, Bitcoin is dying, but it's not. So another thing that's very important to note as well is to have a contrarian point of view. In my life, and I'll talk about this when I talk about my investment philosophy in an upcoming video, when things are burning down, or people tend to run for the door and escape. I'll give you some examples. Airline insurance industry after 9/11, the short blip in the real estate market after 9/11, and financial crisis. People think sometimes the sky is falling. I don't know if us humans are engineered that way, but sometimes it's good to think, well, when everybody's selling, that can be a good time to buy. Not investment advice, but again, when you think big picture, and you work with a large degree of confidence, sometimes being a contrarian can really pay off. So just planting that seed within everybody. So next up, there's been a lot of demand for Options 101 background, and I'm going to do that. It's going to be called the CC. That's coming soon. I'm going to do a session. Other people want to know is where I come from and my background. I'm going to do that as well. And another big topic is BlockFi. So keep those suggestions coming and I will tackle them as they go. But again, in the meantime, everybody, please stay calm, watch for the scammers, and relax. This is all going to be over very soon. Thanks, everybody. Have a great Thursday.